Sometimes the terms we use in singing can be confusing and a little misleading. One such term is inhalare la voce. What is inhalare la voce, correctly spelled without the H, and is it essential for contemporary singers to learn? I've got all the answers coming right up.
Sound check. Check 1, check 2.
G'day everyone, Dr. Dan here with another helpful singing tip video designed to help you realise the full potential of your singing voice. Now, as many of you know, Voice Essentials is a learn to sing channel for the contemporary vocalist, people who want to sing genres like rock, pop and country. So I try to avoid straying into classical singing and the technical disciplines required for classical styles. But equally, I try to answer as many questions as I can from my wonderful subscribers. So when Shankar asked, can you make a video on Inhalare La Voce and how to do it, and some exercises for the same, I felt compelled to respond to the question with this video, despite the fact that Inhalare La Voce is not something I actively teach in my studio, at least not by that label. And please forgive me if my pronunciation is not as accurate as you would like. Again, I don't use the term all that often, so my tongue may slip up occasionally when I pronounce the Italian. At the very least, it'll provide you with a good laugh. So firstly, what is Inhalare La Voce? Well, it's an Italian term which translates as inhale the voice. And this is where the confusion comes for many singers when they first encounter the term. Some people incorrectly think that Inhalare La Voce means learning to sing on the inhalation phase of breathing as opposed to the exhalation phase. Now, before you start commenting below suggesting that it is possible to sing on an inhaled breath, let me quickly say that, yeah, it is possible to create sound when inhaling. So for example, now the dictionary for the modern singer defines inhaled singing as an extended technique that involves singing while inhaling as opposed to exhaling. The result is a sound rooted in glottal fry. While some pitch variation is possible, the technique is limited in scope compared to traditional singing. So as you can see, the literal interpretation of inhale the voice has very definite physical limitations. For the most part, we produce dynamic sound for singing on the exhalation of breath, not the inhalation. But this still leaves us with the term in question. So what are we actually talking about if we're not learning to sing on the inhaled breath? Well, I've got a few ideas that I think you'll find helpful, as well as a practical activity that we can do together. But before we proceed, take a quick moment to hit the thumbs up button if you're enjoying today's video. In short, for many singing teachers, the term Inhalare La Voce is used as a metaphorical instruction more so than a literal one. That is to say, Inhalare La Voce is often used to prepare the voice for flow phonation. I think it's all too easy to focus on the exhalation phase of breath management and forget about the inhalation phase. The importance of a balanced inhalation when learning to sing is found in the response of the vocal tract and the larynx to air being dragged into the lungs. Try this with me. Take a quick breath inwards and notice what happens to the muscles around your neck. When I do it, I feel an uncomfortable constriction inside my larynx, and this constriction is caused by the false and true folds gathering inwards towards the glottis. And herein lies the challenge for singers of all genres and disciplines. We generally need to be able to take in as much air as we can, as quickly as we can. But if our intake of breath, our inhalation, causes constriction, our singing will not only sound tight, the voice will wear and tear rather quickly. To help alleviate the tendency to constrict when inhaling quickly, we're going to practice a quick inhalation in 3 ways. Firstly, I want you to find yourself a large diameter straw, like this one. This straw is about 1 centimeter in diameter. It's vital that the straw is nice and wide because we want to keep the inflow pressure to a minimum. So the activity goes like this. Notice how I'm inhaling quickly without too much neck muscle engagement. Actually, I feel a lot of movement around my midriff as my diaphragm quickly descends and my abdominal muscles release outwards. Now, if you don't have a straw, you can move straight on to the second stage of the activity, where we replace the straw with an OK hand signal like this. Make sure your lips are full, flaring out towards the edge of the fingers. In fact, your lips should feel a little wider than when we use the straw. And once you've got the inflow of air working nicely with the use of your hand, try removing your fingers while maintaining the balanced inflow of air. Yeah, but what does this activity have to do with Inhalare La Voce, I hear you ask? Well, remember when I said Inhalare La Voce is often used to prepare the voice for flow phonation. Well, when we inhale with balance, the vocal tract widens to what some teachers might describe as being an open throat, and the vocal folds are positioned away from the glottal line, preparing them for simultaneous onset of sound when we then move into the exhalation phase for phonation. Now let's try isolating that sensation together. Using one of the 3 inhalation modes we just tried, using a straw, your hand, or the freestyle mode, inhale quickly, but this time pause at the top of the inhale. That is, don't exhale. Now, it's crucial that you don't grip the voice during the pause. You want to keep it open. One way we could describe the pause is as a time between times. We're neither inhaling nor are we exhaling. There should be no tension. Much of the suspension of time is being conducted by the abdominals and the obliques as they suspend the movement of the diaphragm. Once you feel you're getting a good handle on the open throat sensation, start working it into your songs, ensuring that your larynx doesn't want to grip down every time you prepare to sing a new phase. Inhalare La Voce may be a slightly misleading label, but when applied correctly to your singing, yes, even contemporary vocals, your voice will benefit greatly from its technical influence. I'll be keen to hear how you go with the activities we just covered together over the coming weeks. As always, leave your comments below so that we can all benefit from your experience. And if you haven't yet joined our community here at Voice Essentials, please take a moment to hit the subscribe button for more videos just like this one. We release new videos every week and I look forward to seeing you again soon. I'm Dr. Dan. Sing well.